Okay. Mentioned him before. I don't know if anybody's had more bat speed than this guy. Honestly, I don't know. He was a beast when he was on. He hit more line drive home runs foul in addition to all the ones that went straight. Gary Sheffield is with us here on Tiki and Tierney. Chef, what's happening, bud?
How y'all doing, buddy?
We're doing okay. We know you're working with Tebow. We certainly want to talk about that. We all saw the video and your comments about his baseball viability, but also you've had some moments in Fenway Park down the right field line years ago. You played there a lot, part of the Yankee-Red Sox rivalry. Were you surprised that the Boston fans were chanting, "We want A-Rod" last night at Fenway?
No, I wasn't surprised. They always want to be entertained. They always are entertaining crowd. A-Rod is worth the entertainment that they're seeking, and whether it's good or bad, that's just the way the Boston Yankee rivalry is that they want action. They want to see A-Rod come in the game and strike out so they can taunt him and whatever they want to do, or see him come in and hit a home run. So they just want entertainment.
It's. I think you're right. And even if they did boo him, it kind of would have been an acknowledgement of who he is. That's what rivalries do. You chant for someone, you cheer him, you boo him. It doesn't matter. At least you're acknowledging him. You think the Yankees are intentionally not putting him in game of play to kind of get back at him? Because that's some of the narrative that we've heard, at least this morning, after what happened last night.
Well, I mean, the way this whole thing is playing out, either you return or you're not, and the way they're going about it, I mean, I could say what their reasoning is. I'm not there, but just the whole thing about letting them sit a couple games and then play on Friday, like what is that accomplishing? I don't know, but if he had a chance to get 700 home runs, I would think you would put him in the game and hopefully he can hit however many he needs in that amount of days. But obviously, it's not about that.
Yeah, they're trying to screw him. I think it's pretty obvious. There's a monetary commitment. If he gets to 700 a benchmark, he gets $6 million, and I don't think they want to see him get that. Also, if he gets past 714, he jumps over Babe Ruth, who is synonymous with the Yankees. I think there's a lot of deep boiling hatred that, at least disconnect. Maybe hatred's a little bit too strong, but there's issues there, and they're making him look bad, no doubt. Joined by Gary Sheffield, who himself had over 500 jacks in the bigs, and Gary played for a bunch of teams, and every stop was pretty damn good. Gary could play. I saw his entire career coming up with Milwaukee back in the late 80s, and really, not just saying this, Chef, one of the best I've seen.
I appreciate that, man.
No, I mean it too, and you're welcome. And the reason I preface all that with how I feel about you is because one of your tweets, this should show, at least from my point of view, that if somebody like Gary Sheffield tweets out what he did about Tim Tebow, let's get to this, it carries weight with me. Quote, or at least from Gary's Twitter account. I spent time with Tim in the cages recently. He's a natural. I absolutely believe in his ability to play in the bigs. Tim has it. All right there, Gary. Coach Gary. Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, it speaks for itself. That's what I saw. I was shocked just probably as much as you guys were shocked. I didn't expect to see what I saw. He asked me to give me my honest opinion and of what I think of him hitting, and I felt like he already knew that's what I would give him. And when he went in the cage after the first swing, I was surprised because I'm looking at this big chest, big arms, big guy, and that bat got through there pretty quick, and I heard that sound. There's a baseball sound that you hear. You know a guy, when he makes contact, he's gonna do damage.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sound that I heard. Now, I saw some things in there that he needs work on, but those things can easily be fixed. And I know his determination, and I know his dedication to anything that he wants to achieve. He's going to put in overtime to do it. Just for instance, my son had this point system that his name was up on the board for, when he was taking batting practice, it records hits and home runs and all that. And Tim Tebow stayed in there another hour trying to break that record. just trying to get that record. That's how determined he is, and that's how focused he is, and he's competitive like that. So that's what I liked about it. And I said, if you give me about 2 months with him, then he will understand everything about hitting, for your approach, what kind of hitter he is, the things that he has to look out for, what pitchers are trying to do. And I think if he's patient with this, I think he can do it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, though, Gary. You've been around the game a long time. I'm sure you've seen a lot of great-looking athletes, and I'm saying looking on purpose, that just don't make it, right? I saw this plenty of times in the National Football League. Guy walks in the locker room, you're like, damn, that guy's going to be a baller. And then it never works out. Does he have an actual – there's always – you talk about the it, but there is something intangible that allows athletes, really good athletes, to make it on a professional level. Can he do that?
That's on Tebow, like I said. But based on what I saw in the cage, yes, I think he really has a shot, because I'm not trying to make this about him comparing to Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson or Brian Jordan. Tim Tebow is not. They're not looking at this situation the same. This is a Michael Jordan situation. This is a Michael Jordan situation that he's gonna get a shot because he's Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. But what I'm saying to you is he has a better swing than Michael Jordan.
No question.
The same swing that you saw.
Yep.
And so what I'm saying to you is, if you look at his swing, and if you look at my swing or anybody with power swing, that's what you see. Now let's get one thing straight, Randy. When we talking about everybody saying, well, is he going to be able to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball? Well, Randy, let me just tell you this. It ain't fun if I'm up there trying to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Nobody wants to go up there and hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. You tell me who can hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Nobody on a consistent basis. And so that's what people not understanding. Nobody can hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball on a consistent basis.
Hey, Gary.
Nobody.
Gary, can we get one thing straight, though? It's Tiki. It's not Rondé.
I know you live in Tampa, and you're used to seeing my brother.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, just kidding. We're going to call you Dwight Gooden because you guys are related anyway. Talking to Gary Sheffield, 9-time All-Star here on Tiki and Tierney.
And that's not even an all black guys look alike type of thing, because we're twins. So, he actually could be right.
That's true.
If he was looking at us, but you just listening to it.
Gary, we don't have a ton of time, so I want to throw you a couple serious things with Tebow and his future here. I'm with you on the Jordan assertion. Michael had a loopy swing. Anybody that played past, 8th grade could tell it was a loopy, lazy swing. He had no pop. And obviously, Tebow's very different. That distinctive sound is there. What position is he playing?
He can play first base, and he can play out.
Have you seen him field grounders and shag flies or no?
I have not seen that.
Okay. We know he's got good wheels, so that's not an issue. I don't know if he's going to be a plus runner, but he probably runs the 60 and 6.7-ish, so he's going to have pretty good wheels, and he's still 29, so they haven't gone yet. When you said before that you have to tweak a few things, the thing that I noticed, again, from an elementary view, I'm not Gary Sheffield, but this jumped out to me. His wide base makes him very susceptible, and his stride, to off-speed stuff and sliders away, and it's like he's committing very early. In the batting practice sessions that we have seen the vines of and the video of, are they mixing in off-speed stuff? Are those just, batting fastball, room service, 70 mile? What are they throwing to him there?
Well, they're throwing breaking balls, fastballs. He's getting it all. It's just that he knows it's coming. And
yeah.
That's the thing about what everybody's saying, when you go in a cage, you can hit this and hit that. But at the end of the day, there's all kinds of ways to hit. You can hit spread out. You can hit standing tall. It doesn't matter. It's just when you get started. That's what matters. Those are things that I was talking about, that if I'm able to work with them more, then those are the things that we will fix. Those are things that's so easy to fix. Stride and overcompensating for breaking balls and being early, because that's all pitchers trying to do is deceive.
No, I get you.
They're trying to get you out front, to get you off of their fastball. And there's all kinds of tricks for that. And if I show him the tricks to it, then Tim is the type of player, when I say he has the it factor, he will learn this, and then he will understand it, and then he will go out and do what he needs to do.
Gary, I know that he's having the open workout. Gary Sheffield with us here on Tiki and Tierney. Rondé's piping in as well, CBS Sports Radio. I know that he's going to have the open workout for all the major league teams. To your knowledge, is there a team or two that seems more interested at this point than others?
Well, I know the Dodgers are very interested. I mean, they was very interested from a long time ago when he first brought this up to me. And, and like I told him before, don't just leave it with just that one team. Make them all look at you.
Yeah.
And you pick the best situation for you, because that way this ain't no host where you just want to make it and then sit on the bench. You want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously everybody's not watching what we're watching, because at the end of the day, I don't see no reason why that he can't step on the field and play before a lot of these guys that I'm watching. I'm looking at a lot of 230 hitters that's playing every day. I'm looking at a lot of guys hitting 200 playing every day. I'm looking at a lot of that.
This is interesting.
Yeah,
Chef,
it is.
Great perspective, man.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing, and keep the Twitter updates. We'll follow you. We want to know how Tebow's looking. Appreciate a couple of minutes, man.
Yeah, good insights, my
Okay.
friend.
I'll keep it up, guys.
You got it.
Be good.